Hello, all you fifth grade audience members out there, and welcome to today's episode of the Decimal of the Day Show. Give it up for your host, Mrs. Salyer. Woo! Now, I need all you audience members to go get paper and pencil or your math journal. So push pause on this video and make sure you go get paper, pencil, or your math journal and come back and join us, please. Welcome back. Now that you have paper, pencil, the first thing that I would like for us to do is to look at this decimal number, and I would like for you to write it down in your math journal or on paper and pencil in word form, please. Pause the video so that you can do that. Welcome back. Now let's check your answer and see if it's correct. Remember, when you are writing a decimal, you first have to say it, and there's no whole number, so I'm going to say the decimal's first name, which is just the number, 125. And that's what you should have written for its first name. 125. Now we're ready for its last name, which is, of course, the name of the place value spot of the last digit. And there are several ways you can do this. You can look at the place value chart that I gave you. Some of you have already memorized that it's tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Or you could use this trick. You can put a 1 over the whole number in the ones place. Fill in with zeros. When you look here at the top, you'll see that you made the number 1,000. That means that the 5 is in the 1,000ths place. So 125 thousandths. I hope that you have that correct. Now, for our next task, I have called up an audience member to help me. Come on up here. Give a big hand, everybody, for Joe. Hello. Well, Joe's about to lose his name tag here for the show, but if you remember, he's from the planet of no math, and he's here to learn mathematics. He's been watching the videos on Canvas, and he thinks that he can help me write this decimal number in expanded form. Joe, are you up to the task? Affirmative. Affirmative means yes. You think you can do it. Okay, Joe, let's have him give us a try. Okay, tell me what to write.
Well, the 1 is in the 10th place, so it would be 1 times 1/10.
Okay, so Joe's telling me that I need to write 1 times 1/10 plus. Okay, push pause on this video. I want you to finish it out on your paper and then unpause, and we'll see if you and Joe agree on what the right answer is.
Welcome back, Earthlings.
Okay, Joe, we think that they have it right out there, but let's do it together and they can check.
Okay. Next, you have a 2 in the 100th place.
Okay, so Joe, would that be 2 times 1/100?
Yes,
Well, why is the 2 here?
because you have 2 hundredths, not just 0 or 1.
Okay, so am I finished? Joe says no. So what else do I need to do, Joe?
The thousandths place, you need to do 5 times 1/1000th.
Okay. Okay, fifth grade audience members, check and see if this is what you have down for writing this decimal of the day in expanded form. Excuse me, just a moment. Oh, Joe wants to know why I put these parentheses in. That's because it's easier to see how the place values are separated. We have tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. Joe, thank you so much for helping me with this. Everybody give a big round of applause for Joe, our audience member. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo, yay, Joe. Now, what I want you to think about doing is rounding this number to the nearest whole number. So I want you to write this problem out just like this on your paper. I want you to press pause, go ahead and round to the nearest whole number, then unpause, come back, and we'll check and see if you're correct. Okay, what you should have done is circled the digit in the place that we're rounding to, which is the ones place. Look here at the neighbor next door. If it's 5 or above, you're going to shove this on up. If it's 4 or less, you're going to let it rest. So, this digit that you're rounding to can only do one of two things. It's only going to stay the same or bump up one number. The neighbor in the back is 4 or less, so we're going to let it rest, and it would round to 0. What that means is that this decimal number is closer to 0 than it is to 1. Now I want you to write the problem down again on your paper. But this time I'm going to ask you to round to the nearest hundredth. Push pause, do that, unpause, and then we're going to talk about it. Okay, someone out there, I see that you're telling me that the first thing that you need to do is you need to circle the digit in the place value you're rounding to. And that's correct. You're rounding to the nearest hundredth. So you would circle the 2. You're going to look at the neighbor next door, which is a 5. Remember, this 2 right here is only going to do one of two things. It's either going to stay the same, it's going to round up to the next digit. The neighbor next door is 5 or more, which means you're going to raise the score, and you're going to raise this up, and it would turn into a 3. Remember, everything before it stays the same, and everything after it drops off. So this simply means that this number is closer to 13 hundredths than it is to 12 hundredths. Let's do one more. Set it up on your paper like this again. Now what I'd like for you to do is to round it to the nearest tenth. Pause and take care of that for me. Okay, you should have drawn a circle around the digit in the tenths place, which is this 1 right here. Then what you should have done is underline the neighbor next door. And then think about the rhyme. 5 or above, 5 or more, raise the score. Nope, it's a 2. 4 or less, give it a rest. So this digit right here can only do one of two things. It can stay the same, or it can raise up a digit. Because the neighbor is 4 or less, we're going to give it a rest, and it's going to round to 1/10. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode of the Decimal of the Day show. Join us again tomorrow. Be sure to have your paper and pencil, or preferably your math journal handy, as we go through our routine again. So, everybody, let's hear a big round of applause for the Decimal of the Day show and our contestant Joe, who helped us today. Woo, 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 woo.